Professor Dawkins, the extraordinary similarities between ourselves and other species that evolutionary biology helps us understand, do you think it has an ethical implication in terms of our treatment of non-human animals? I mean, in my understanding, you are not a speciesist.
I think it does have ethical implications. If you think about the way in which we give special treatment to humans, for example, in the case of abortion, human fetuses are treated as babies. And a lot of people think that it's murder to abort a human fetus, whereas they quite happily go and eat a cow, which of course has much more capacity to suffer than any human fetus does. Now, evolution immediately has an impact on this debate, because if you think going backwards through evolution, at some point we are connected to cows. I mean, I did it earlier, but you could do it for any pair of animals you like. Chimpanzees, which are pretty close to us, are not given anything like the same ethical, moral, legal protection as humans are. What would we do? What would those speciesists do if a live specimen of Lucy, of Australopithecus afarensis, were to be discovered? Would we have, and suppose all intermediates were available, suppose there were discovered relict populations in the forests of Africa between humans and chimpanzees all the way up to the hairpin and back down again, so close to each other that it would be possible for a human to interbreed with an intermediate, who could interbreed with the next intermediate, who could interbreed with the next, and so on, who could finally interbreed with a chimpanzee. How would you police, how would you decide on the ethical discrimination between humans and chimpanzees? Would we have South African-style apartheid courts to decide whether Lucy passes for human, for example? Immediately, now, it's a fortunate, from my point of view, fortunate accident that those intermediates are all now extinct. But if they weren't extinct, we couldn't do the sort of speciesist discrimination that we do, and that fact that they might not be extinct should immediately give uneasiness. It's a pure accident that they're extinct. We ought to be able to do something about our morals and our ethics, taking account of the fact that they might not have been extinct. It shouldn't, this major ethical distinction should not depend upon the mere accident of extinction.